My granny always say, you see, never grudge people for what you see them have because you don't know what them have to do to get it and you don't know what them have to do to maintain it. And my granny never tell a lie yet. One thing about Jamaican people, many of them are born hustlers and some of them are always willing to take the biggest risks. Them have a saying, big risks, big rewards. But I don't like that saying because I've seen too many times where big risks ends with big prison time, big pain, and big suffering, and a big loss. Such will be the case in this story right here. New York City police made a huge sting operation and conducted a raid in which they found a huge amount of drugs and guns in an operation that was being conducted out of a Jamaican food truck. Yes, I know you've heard about the Jamaican food truck before and the bust, but here is the complete rundown of that whole situation. Get this. The Jamaican food truck was parked near nothing other than a courthouse. A courthouse, you know. You can't make this up. One would think that the police station and the courthouse would be the last place that any smart criminal would want to be conducting business. But not this Jamaican and his cronies. Like I told you before, some are willing to take some big risks. I am guessing that the plan was to do it right under their nose so that they would not even suspect. And they would never even suspect that anyone would be so brave or so stupid to try anything like that. The crazy part about this now, this gun and drugs operation, is that many police officers who worked in that area frequently went to that same Jamaican food truck to get food. So it was not like one of those stores that you open. I know if you live in New York, especially back in the day, I know in Brooklyn we used to have a lot of front stores. So the front stores would look like you could go in there and buy your little knickknacks. But that was all that was in the store, because when you walk in the store, the actual store had no more merchandise in it. But that wasn't the case here. In this particular situation, they were running a real restaurant out of this truck, the food truck. The crazy part about this gun and drugs operation is that many of the police officers who frequently worked in this area would frequently also go to the same food truck. Can you imagine? Every minute police are pull up and police want food. I would be scared to do such an operation. So it's not like one of them stores you open just for a front but sell only drugs and guns. Word is that this Jamaican food truck actually sold some delicious Jamaican dishes like oxtails, rice and peas, jerk chicken, and beef patties, which according to a few of the NYPD police officers, those were their favorite meals to get from the truck. And the reason that they went there almost every day of the week that they were on duty. Wow. Talk about too close for comfort. Hell, talk about moving like a big dunce. In this operation, at least 30 people were arrested following a 6 months investigation. They even had a name for the operation. It was called Operation Hot Lunch. New York police deploy you in an Operation Hot Lunch. You can't make this up, you know. And it is said that 3.3 million US dollars. This is a cocaine ring in the city of Newburgh and other Hudson Valley communities, was running like a well-oiled machine. And they said that the owner of the food truck which is a 42-year-old Jamaican, which we will get to in a minute, he was making about 3.3 million US dollars per year. This is what it was estimated. This gun and drugs operation is said to be the biggest ever in that county, Newburgh, and other Hudson Valley communities. Well, that's a Jamaican for you. We known to go big or go home, you know. District Attorney David Hoovler said he's amazed because, and he's also surprised, that everyone's favorite food truck was there peddling both narcotics and firearms just 150 feet away from the Newburgh City Courthouse, almost at their damn doorsteps. All the while, the police were none the wiser, as that was being sold right along with their favorite Caribbean food and drinks. Damn. Sad to say, but when things like this happen, it makes it harder for the next Jamaican who has a dream of opening up their own food truck operation. They will be met with skepticism, no matter what state they choose to operate in. Kind of like tainting the image of the Jamaican food truck. So now when people see a Jamaican food truck, especially law enforcement, they will automatically be thinking and wondering if they are flying straight or if some illegal operation is taking place while the food is being used as a disguise. It's kind of like looking at that white van with the side door. Everybody looks at those vans suspiciously because people have been kidnapped using those vans before. It's kind of like if somebody uses a ice cream truck and go on a shooting rampage, the next ice cream truck comes around, people are going to be looking at that next ice cream truck really funny. So selling drugs out of and guns out of a Jamaican food truck is no different. People will be looking at the next Jamaican food truck. I wonder if they're selling drugs out that truck, or are they selling just food? The district attorney said that police officers, court officers, and regular civilians bought food there on a regular basis, every day, at different times, over the course of the investigation. And they investigated for half of a year. They had no idea what was going on there, and that is what allowed them to hide so well. This is not Jamaica, and the way things are done here in the US, it's a bit different. You see, these New York law enforcement agencies, they do not run in on you and bust you the same time they find out that you are operating like this. In this case, they spent money with them while staking out the business and collecting detailed information, collecting video footage, voice recordings, taking pictures. I mean, what can you say, right? When you show up to court and they have you on video in 1080 HD full high definition or 4K ultra, making multiple sales of guns and narcotics to undercover agents. And these undercover agents are there, present in the courtroom to testify against you. Yes, that is him. I identify him. That is me and him in the video. He sold me half a kilo and a rifle. You got a prison, my friend. This is what you call an open and shut case. Among other agencies working with Orange County, Sheriff Paul Areta and Daware Police from the cities of Newburgh, Middletown, and Poughkeepsie. Then they had the State Police, the Hudson Valley Crime Analyst Center, and the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives. Now, let's just say, right, At this point, with that many law enforcement agencies coming for you, using their powers combined and their resources, I don't want to say this and sound like I'm cursing, but you're up shit's creek without a paddle, my friend, to say the least. Now, at the center of all of this was one Jamaican man, and he is 42-year-old Kirkland Salmon. Kirkland Salmon, who owns and runs the food truck. He is also at the center of 4 different conspiracies to traffic narcotics and firearms through Orange County. According to law enforcement, now I want you to remember this, he is at the center of 4 different conspiracies to traffic narcotics and firearm through Orange County. According to law enforcement, I guess he thought he was like the mob or something. I really wonder if he knows that crime is big business in the United States of America and in every part of New York City. And there are different groups who control different things. For instance, you might have the Italian mob who controls the gun running. And then you might have like the Bloods or the Crips who control cocaine distribution. And then you might have another group that controls something else. But without inside help, it's only a matter of time before you are caught and locked away if you do not have the right connections. Some people have crooked police working for them. Some people are paid informants, and some people are just informants because they have been caught before, so they make a deal with the police them. Hey, if you don't charge me and you allow me to get out and do my thing in the streets, I'll give you everybody else that's out there. In total, the police was able to recover, now this right here, the police was able to recover 31 guns on this one bust. 31 guns. And more than 12 kilos of pure cocaine. 12 kilos. 12 bricks. 31 guns. They also got 90 grams of fentanyl, multiple high-capacity magazines for the guns, lots of rounds of ammunition, and $45,000 in cash. They also found scales that were used to weigh the drugs and packaging materials that were used in narcotics trafficking. They went on to seize 10 vehicles also that were in connection with all of this, to include the Jamaican food truck. Yo, this is one bus, you know. Remember, this investigation lasted a while. Undercover agents going in, pretending to be buyers, etc. The one day they decide to run in, close it all down today, end it, they came up with this much stuff. Just on hand, man have $45,000 sitting there. Just on hand, over 30 guns. Just on hand for today's sale, over 12 kilos of cocaine. You can see why this operation would make about $3 million US per year. It's a sad situation still, because I believe so this Jamaican brother here, if given the opportunity, or if I shouldn't say given the opportunity, this Jamaican brother probably could scale his food truck business into a franchise, scale it into a brick and mortar restaurant, scale it into a chain of restaurants, and make his money in the millions. But he chose guns and drugs. The New York police described this as one of the most sophisticated criminal operations that they had ever seen. We're good enough. We're little but we're talawa enough. When we're ready for do it, we do it good enough. Jamaicans big in everything, track and field, athletics, academics. Oh yes, crime too, drugs, murder, you name it. We're there. If a egg, we inna the red. Now this Jamaican was not just making drugs money and using it to buy flashy cars and chase women. That wasn't his ammo. According to law enforcement, it was well invested in real estate and cryptocurrency. Now here's the thing. All them real estate and cryptocurrency, they are going to get seized too, just like how the 10 vehicles get seized, All the real estate associated with this will be seized. Along with all the cryptocurrency will be seized. They warned others who might be trying to do the same thing that these interweaving conspiracies underscores the importance of the dedicated long-term investigations to disrupt and dismantle any operation that traffics guns and drugs in their area. In other words, they have a lot of resources and they have a lot of time, manpower dedicated to finding things like this, so don't even bother trying. Because eventually, you will get caught. And most likely, you'll get caught sooner than you think. I don't know why anybody thinks that they can operate like this, selling tons of guns and tons of drugs, and then have a retirement plan behind it. I've never seen this work out for anybody. I'm pretty sure it has worked out for some people. There are many business people out there who look legit today, but this is how they got their start. And today, they have big companies and chains of company and all kinds of something like that. But prison is filled with more of those who tried and failed than there are people out here who actually tried and came out good. This sting operation took them 6 months of investigating, 6 months of gathering evidence, 6 months of becoming trusted customers to this Jamaican food truck, 6 months of buying drugs and multiple guns from the Jamaican food truck. It is estimated that the operation from the Jamaican food truck alone made over 3 million US dollars every year out of that food truck. The Jamaican truck owner is now looking at 25 years at a minimum in prison. The police says that this was a sophisticated first of all, no worry about what the police say yet. Hold on there. Him lucky. Because 30 odd guns, 12 kilos of cocaine, 6 months of watching you sell these to people, and all you looking at is 25 years. That could have been 100 years easy, Yeah, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are going to say, them should have locked him with it longer. The brother try a thing, and the thing never work. Woy, big risks, big rewards. So them say, not for me. This is a perfect example of big risks, and now you have a big rotted headache. Now back to what the police said. The police said that this was a sophisticated 4-tier structure and that the guns were supplied from North Carolina, while the drugs, mainly the cocaine, came from Florida, even though they had other drugs there. Ecstasy pills, marijuana, and a bunch of other stuff. Crack. Well, cocaine come from crack, but I guess they got the pure cocaine from North Carolina and they cooked it into crack. Now, according to prosecutors, They used a barbershop. Well, wait there. So if them are cook cocaine into crack, where are they doing this at? Because I hope they weren't doing this while they were cooking up food there. You get a plate of oxtail and you're high and rotted and you're jittery and you're full of energy and you want to run up and down on the street and you don't even know why you outside twerking naked and dropping it like it's hot after every plate of oxtail or 2 beef patty. You have to use serious thing make joke, my friend. Wait there. So they said mostly the cocaine came from mainly the cocaine came from Florida. The guns were supplied from North Carolina. And according to prosecutors, they used a barbershop as a stash house as well, and nearly 40 different law enforcement agencies partnered in this investigation. I want y'all to hear this, Y'all need to hear how much superpower these people have. 40 different law enforcement agencies partnered in this investigation. And I know you're thinking, 40? Why would you need 40 different law enforcement agencies? Because the investigation took 6 months. And because in a period of 6 months, they needed to switch out undercover officers and use them as decoys to make purchases without becoming suspicious. So you over there thinking you're getting new customers, and the person you just sold to is referring new people, when all it is a new undercover officer gathering more evidence against you. Damn. Some people who went to the Real Spice food truck, because that was the name of the truck, Real Spice food truck. Some people who went there, they did say that they were suspicious that the people in the truck were selling more than just food. And they said that because of things that they had seen there, to include what one man said was too many cars with out-of-state plates pulling up. Come on, man. That's a dead giveaway. Too many cars with out-of-state plates pulling up. So somebody from probably New Jersey or somebody from probably some other neighboring state is going to do a short road trip, come pick up a rifle or pick up a handgun and pretend they're picking up a plate of food and drive right back home. Too many out-of-state plate cars pulling up, which this man said that was a dead giveaway. Now, back in Jamaica, residents from Maxfield Avenue, which is where Kirkland Salmon, the 42-year-old Jamaican who is in the middle of all this is where he comes from. Residents there said that they were stunned. Some of them did express their disappointment though, saying that he got the opportunity to go and better himself in a foreign, and this is what he did with it. Come on, man. The Jamaican Gleaner actually interviewed some of the people from his hometown in Jamaica, and one man said, quote unquote, him and him brother, them migrate go far in a while now, but him still keep in touch, Me shock, man. Me shock. But when I say, you can't juggle. Seeing? But Dessa, which he was referring to, of course, is just 150 feet from the steps of the courthouse. Dessa? Remember, him and the youth, them round here, them grow, them grow together. So, him not left them out still. In other words, he never forgot the people that he grew up with in Jamaica on his ends. Him never throw a stone behind him. Him never turn him back, is what the man said. Another person said, boy, I'm kind of surprised say him get involved in something like that still. And now, people would all start feel like say, him probably a send guns come to Jamaica too. Whether it goes so or not. Enough people want a chance to go foreign and make better for themselves, And I won't judge him still. You have people are the worst, but nobody don't know. Then probably I'll deport him still, you know. A year, they gonna give the food truck, restaurant, they are run. Him say a years now, the youth there, I give the food truck, restaurant, they are run. Years him have the business. All me myself never know them things they are going still. Say myself drugs and gun and them something there. Remember America, you know. So our next food vendor probably I say, how them have so much customer? And then go rat them out. Rat them out, snitch pon them. A bull we call him still. Bull. Bull is a youth who grow up with we. Still. Him father was a soldier. And him father filed for him and him brother. Did he send guns to Jamaica? Was the question. Now we have nothing to confirm that he was sending any guns to Jamaica. If he did, one police officer in Jamaica said, even if the guns did not come here, how sure are we that money was not sent back to Jamaica and collected to fund other criminal activities or even buy guns from others? Real Spice, well, you know, me not even gonna speak too much upon that. Real Spice Delivery and Catering is now out of business, and the truck is now property of the New York Police Drug Enforcement Agency. The guns were sold in food carry-out containers to make it look like customers had just purchased a plate of food. And according to law enforcement, the Jamaica food truck owner, after 6 months of investigation and undercover work, they have concluded that he is actually the head of the operation. Everything goes through him and it's all his planning. Well, my grandfather always say no. Anything come easy, not gonna last too long. I see it there. Now his immigration status is in question. And he could very well be deported back to Jamaica also. If he is hit with the Kingpin RICO charge, his 25 years could change drastically to what we call football numbers, since they are saying that he orchestrated and governed all of this. Sounds like a brilliant brain gone to waste to me. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.